All right, this story is about making masks, but I'm not. I'm not making masks because nobody needs me to make masks anymore. So, during the pandemic, at the very beginning of the pandemic, you couldn't get fabric. So I ended up finally being able to get it. But somewhere in the process, the challenge was find cotton, right? First of all, I'll tell you that I started buying sheets because I thought, oh, where do you find cotton? You find it in sheets. Of course, I should have read the label better because this one is not 100% cotton. And so that's one thing, which people were making masks out of not 100% cotton. But I didn't want to do that, because so it limited me. So then I ended up not just with this sheet, but with a number of other sheets. And you see, this one is has a elastic, right? So with the elastic, what it does is it sort of makes it a little bit harder for you to do stuff, because you either have to get rid of the elastic or you have to figure out how to make it work, right? Okay, so it says top or bottom. Oh, I thought it might say, I knew there was a label, I was looking for it. I thought it might say what it's made of, but it doesn't feel like cotton anyway. So regardless, I didn't make masks with it. I ended up with this sheet as well as a few others. I actually made a skirt out of one of them. This one actually is cotton. So I made a skirt. And then, I kind of like to make things. I kind of like to make things. I make things. And so I've had this sheet sitting on my dining room table that I'm finally clearing. And I decided to make skirts. So here I just wanted to share with you what I made out of the sheet. What would you make if you had a sheet? Brand new sheet, and you had the same experience as me, bought it to make masks and then couldn't, right? So I made 2 skirts because, first of all, skirts are easy. They're cooler. It's really hot here in Southern California. And I only have 2 pairs of shorts because, I don't know, stuff. And I don't wear long pants because, again, I said it's hot here in Southern California. So now I have this big piece of fabric left, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. So I just decided this morning that I'm going to work on making a dress out of it. Just like a house dress, something to toss on and just wear around the house. So that's my story. That is one of my COVID stories, right? Pandemic stories, because, what did you buy that you haven't used? What things happened to you in the pandemic that you're still, dealing with? And I want to say, I know there are a lot of people that are dealing with human issues. For me, I'm lucky. It's just a sheet, extra sheet around the house. But if you know me, I like to collect things and I like to use things, and I don't necessarily like to throw them out. So this helps me figuring out what to do with the sheet I bought, because I was trying to buy cotton for the pandemic, but it ended up not being cotton. This is what I did. What would you do if you had that problem? Tell me in the comments, right? Love it. Okay, so far we have a dress, 2 skirts, and now we're making a pair of shorts. We're using as a pattern this other pair of shorts. My family calls it the clown pants. I call them the carny pants. I made these during the first year of the pandemic in 2020. How long ago was that? Because it might have been early 2021. I was trying to feel like a carny because the old historic Pike, it was like an amusement zone, and I thought, well, something appropriate. Anyway, I had bought this fabric. Okay, talk about overbuying. This fabric, well, you take what you can get. It's not the most mask appropriate fabric, but I did it. I got it. Sorry, I changed the video so that I could do it horizontally because it's occurring to me that vertical, not so good. This one has pockets. I'll be honest, these fit really loose, right? On purpose, because, you know, I didn't want to have any of the issues that sometimes happen with pants, like split butts and stuff like that. So there's a lot of give. So to cut these out, I basically put these on the fabric, and then I sort of estimated and then added a little extra. These again are not fancy, closely fitting pants, right? They're gonna be big, and that's okay. I'm a big gal. So here we go. Looking at the pieces that I have cut out, which I did sort of run up against the edge of the last of the fabric, they are a little differently sized. Like this, look at this. This is huge. Look at this. If I did this into a pair of pants, it'd be enormous. It'll probably be like this, but bigger, because, you know, I'm always cutting a little big. Now this one, I was running out of the fabric, so I had to cut it closer. So these are definitely sized differently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by sewing a front to a back. So, and then we will figure it out as we go. This will probably be too long, and it's okay if it's not perfect. All right. Okay, so here we have the two fronts and backs sewn together. You can see, as I was explaining, it's going to be a lot of excess. I don't care. One of these is going to get folded inside out and tucked inside the other one. And that will be so that we can sew the crotch from front to back, right? So here we go. Okay, so now we have this, one right side, one wrong side, and we tuck one into the other, okay, like this. So one is inside. So now, because this stitching is here, we are confident that we're sewing on the right spot, in the right, that it's all on the inside of the pants. And then now we are going to stitch around. I'll pin it first. Pin and stitch these two together. First, making sure that these parts match. Because again, it's kind of hacky, and maybe everything's a little out of whack, but it's okay. I forgot to show you the pinned thing, but whatever. Here it is, like tucked in together, and I just stitched this. Now, there's going to be some reinforcement needed, because, you know, we put, when we bend over, we put a little extra stress on certain areas. So I'm going to, like, do another stitch down, and then I will zigzag the edges just to prevent fraying. And then I'll turn it inside out, and we'll have to do the hem, obviously. Oh, did I straighten it out already? I might have. Oh, no. Straighten out the hem, because it's a real disconnect here. And then we'll be done. Woohoo! Here it is ironed. You might at this point be saying, whoa, that's enormous. Are you that huge? I like to make sure that my pants are not going to rip. And this is a thin fabric, and I think it's a good idea to kind of make it big if you don't have a stretch fabric. So that's why I'm going to trim this, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to trim that, and then I will do the, I'll just fold this over and fold this over, leave a hole, and thread it with elastic. Again, this is probably thinner fabric than I would normally use for shorts, but hey, play. Okay, here is the, I left a little hole. Now I'm going to get the elastic. I'm using some thinner elastic. I think it's a 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch, probably 1/4 inch, that I have for making masks. And then I'm going to double it up because I want to make sure that, hey, the pants stay up. And then I'm going to thread it through, starting in this direction, and tie it off. And then we'll do the hem. My husband called them drawers. I suppose that's an idea. I could put the elastic, make them split tight, and then bring them up here. What a great idea. Except I like it loose, so I won't. But, interesting. Cosplay. All right, now elastics in the waist and off to hemming, and then we're done. We can clean up the whole shebang. Ta-da! Finished. Looks like shorts, right?